So today we're going to be going over the Scott Advantage hinge release. It's an entry-level price point, which is awesome if you want to try a hinge release for the first time. It'll really help your form and your technique. So I haven't seen a complete kind of overview and review of this release yet, so that's what I'm going to do now. So stay tuned. So from a technique standpoint, I've got my release trainer here. It's just an old grip with a piece of string on it and a D-loop tied on. So when you get to my anchor point here, your positioning is going to be slightly different than a wrist strap. You're going to want to put your pointer finger knuckle below your jaw and your middle finger knuckle above your jaw, so it'll sit kind of sandwiched in there like that. Now, very important, when you're drawing your bow back, you want all the weight on your pointer finger and your thumb. So I like to squeeze my pointer finger with my thumb, and I keep my middle finger, my ring finger, and my pinky completely off of the release. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that's going to go off, and you're going to punch yourself right in the mouth. Luckily, I am not speaking from experience there. I practiced with this thing a lot before I got behind it on my bow. So anyways, wrap that finger, get into your anchor point, and you're slowly going to transfer that weight. I relax my thumb first, then I relax my pointer finger. There's my click. I'm going to continue to pull through the shot until it breaks. So there's several different videos online about how to use this, so I'm not going to go into the technique so much as to go over how this specific release works for me and my experience using a hinge for the first time. My number one problem that I was having was I'd get to full draw and I'd get to my click, and the anxiety after that, knowing that it was going to go off, kind of hindered my ability to hold the bow steady. So I really needed to focus on pulling through my shot and relaxing. There's a few times where I get to that click and I forgot to relax my pointer finger and I just could not get it to go off. And you need to constantly remind yourself at first, relax, relax, pull, pull, relax, and then it'll go off and your shot will break. So the main way that this works is it's pivoting off of that pointer finger onto your middle finger, and that's what allows that hook to slide off. But anyways, I like having the click. I'm still very, very novice at shooting a hinge, so it really helps me and it gives me kind of peace of mind. And if I happen to draw my bow back and I do something wrong, it'll let me know and I can let back down and let it reset. Otherwise, if I don't, I could potentially dry fire my bow or punch myself in the face, and I don't want to do either one because they both sound really expensive. So if you do plan on trying a release like this, I would highly recommend getting a release trainer, even just a piece of string about your draw length, and tie a D-loop onto the end, and that'll do more than adequate for what you need. So now that you've seen it work in slow motion, let's look at how it actually functions. You've got a little arm sticking off the back of the hook that attaches to your D-loop. That's going to slide along that steel half moon, eventually hitting the edge and falling off, causing the bow to release. Next, I'll grab my release trainer with the D-loop and show you the movement that causes it to release. You can set these up so there's an audible click letting you know that the release is about to break. There it was, and there it goes. Let's get into the adjustments now. There's a hole for an Allen wrench in the bottom that loosens a set screw. That's what's going to make all of your adjustments. Loosen your set screw and you'll be able to move the little half moon back and forth. Having it tilted with the flat side towards you will cause a longer surface to break. Having it tilted so the flat side is facing away from you will cause a shorter surface in it to break more easily. When you first start using it, you're probably going to want to set it up a little bit longer pull than you think you need at the end. This will really help hammer home the need to pull through the shot and really teach you how the release works under tension. To remove the click, loosen your set screw, push the pin out that holds the half moon in, and you're going to grab your half moon and flip it around the other direction. Push your pin back in and tighten your set screw. Now it's even easier to achieve a completely surprise release. Overall, my impression of the release, for a price point of around 120 bucks, it's great to get you going and get you started with a Hinge style release. Some of these can go for upwards of $300, and most people aren't going to spend that on something that they don't know even if they're going to like. The benefits of having a hinge, for me personally, I use a wrist strap, and when I find myself punching the trigger or starting to punch the trigger, I'll switch to this because it eliminates the option to do that. So it kind of carries over that surprise release and pulling through the shot. And my groups have actually tightened up when I do use this. Now, I do have a flyer every once in a while just because I haven't hammered down all the points to pull through and relax and get all my technique and form stuff dialed into this particular style of release yet. But I am practicing with it a lot. So, would I recommend this specific release? Absolutely. If you're thinking of trying a hinge or wanting to change something up or try something new, definitely give this release a shot. If you have target panic or buck fever, this is an excellent way to overcome that and add something new to your training program for archery. Well, that's it for now, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget, all arrows matter. Shout out to Bow Life for this awesome shirt. You can get yours there, bowlife.com. I'll put a link in the description for the shirt. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Shoot straight.